Hello there, and welcome to a very special May the 4th be with you episode of me attempting to not burn down my kitchen as I cook. I am a pretty big Star Wars fan. It's one of my top favorite trilogies of all time. Also, Episode 1, Pod Racing. I used to play that game a ton as a kid growing up. There are several Easter eggs tonight of Disney/Star Wars in the video. If you can guess all of them, awesome. You don't win a prize, but that's pretty cool that you can find them all. We're going to start right away with the Texas toast because that's going to take the longest to cook. And we're going to go from there. I will give you one right away. This shirt is from Disney. It's from the Contemporary Resort with the monorail on the back because I love the monorail. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's one Easter egg in here. Pretty sure you can find a couple more, but I won't be too obvious with the other ones. Before anyone says anything else, yes, if there was a holiday for Lord of the Rings or for Pirates of the Caribbean, I would absolutely be celebrating the holiday. But to my knowledge, there is not, unlike March the 4th for marching band. So Star Wars it is, and I am quite alright with that. And before anyone asks, actually let me do this part first, because again, this takes the most time. One piece of bread. Ooh, piece of bread. Turn on. Ooh, work. Maybe? There we go. So while that's warming up, 4, 5, 6 because I'm a normal human being. I also own those, and then episode 1 for Pod Racing, episode 3 to tie the story up. Was not a fan of episode 7, The Force Awakens. I liked 8 only because of how it rebounded into 9. I thought 9 was a very good way to close the story and round up and tie all the loose ends together. And then episode 2 is my least favorite for, let me explain. Promise there's a good explanation behind this. I did not like episode 2 at all. Well, not at all. I didn't like episode 2 because when it came out, it didn't feel right to me, and it kind of felt like not that it wasn't Star Wars, but it didn't feel right in several senses. But then when it got released on DVD, excuse me again. I need to drink some Gatorade. When it got released again, we're not gonna drink that one. We're gonna drink this one today. So when episode 2 got released on DVD, there were 16 hours of bonus features. Now, I love behind the scenes, but it was 16 hours of CGI this and CGI that and CGI everything else. And it felt very arrogant and egotistical to me that your movie is 2 hours long, a little bit maybe over 2 hours, and your bonus features on your DVD is 16 hours long. Now, I'm not a math person, but that's 8 times the amount of actual movie footage where you're just talking about behind the scenes filming in CGI. And I heard that fact, I'm like, I don't care right now. Also, there's no pod racing. So that's my take on it. I'd love to hear if you have a different one. I will say I did love the end of Rise of Skywalker. I know that's a very controversial opinion, I guess. Just gonna hit this, hopefully not. But I am a sucker for the happy endings. I'm a sucker for all endings being tied together. And I felt that ended that saga on a very good note considering everything. So, yeah, 4, 5, and 6 though. I will tell you, the reason I don't like 7, 8, 9 is when you're first introduced to Star Wars, not everyone, but for the most part, you are younger than the characters saving the galaxy. And then 7, 8, 9 come out, and I feel like I'm either the same age or older than the characters saving the galaxy. I don't like that. So it kind of went like, yikes, that's not what I don't like that at all, honestly. Makes me feel a little bit older than I may or may not be. And then I did not like episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. So, as a movie person, The Empire Strikes Back is generally considered one of the top 3 greatest films ever made. It's like Casablanca, Empire Strikes Back. I don't like that movie because I think it's one of the most depressing movies. The story arc, it's not. It also taught me a lot about trilogies, why I don't like a lot of two-parters in movies / media. Give me a second, I'll explain what that means in a moment. Yeah, gonna come off, maybe? Okay, cool. Okay, that did not work at all. Okay, cool. Here, let's just not use that cheese for right now. Cool, good thanks. Cool. Okay. Let's spray this, and then I will give you the reason why I don't like episode 5. So when you do, in movies and in books, but in movies especially, because the way digital versus film and everything else is very, everything obviously in Hollywood is money-based and time-based, and time equals money and all that jazz. When you do a movie in Hollywood, I won't get into all the fine details, but normally scripts will be between 90 minutes to 2 hours. They do try to cut things down unless it is a James Bond, Star Wars, like a known franchise, Pirates of the Caribbean, that kind of thing. They will cut it down to be about 90 minutes to about 110. So literally nothing over 2 hours. If you know you're going to have a part 1 and part 2, though, a lot of studios will purposely pad the runtime of part 1 so they can use as an excuse to put more things and other things in the part 2. And for episode 5, it just felt like episode 4, A New Hope, is obviously really good. And it's, like one of the, not up and coming, because it's like, I don't know how to describe that. I don't think that's a great way to describe it, but it's one of those films where, like, hey, the good guys win, and everyone's happy, and they save the day, and huzzah. And then The Empire Strikes Back is literally just like, hey, the thing you were trying to be for the past 2 hours, give or take, is striking back against you, and everything's not going well, and this, that, and the other, and then it ends with like, hey, by the way, you lost. Stick around for number 3 to see if you win. And I find that incredibly depressing. Like, who else wants to sit through a movie where either you know you're going to lose, or it's very obvious that you are going to lose. And one of the reasons why it's such a good, why it's claimed by so many people to be such a good movie, episode 5 is because you get to see you get to see character arcs, and you get to see not plot holes, you get to see plot points put in, and like there's more arcs, and not everyone's perfect, and I actually don't like that in that movie. I wanted to continue to build on the goodness of episode 4, but you see everyone, or not everyone, but a lot of characters having quandaries or morally gray areas, and then building from that. And I was not a fan of that, and I still find episode 5 to be super dark, super not fun, and just not a good time. So that's why I don't like episode 5. But anyways, here we are. Happy May the 4th. Revenge of the 5th will be tomorrow, obviously, because, calendar and math. I hope you all have a good Revenge of the 5th as well. I hope you're having a good start to your week. Let's put some carrots in here. I'm gonna not try this differently tonight, but I'm just gonna start with the carrots now. Because health, it's a thing. We should, I guess, do it. I was contemplating what to do this week, but when I was contemplating, a couple things happened. I had a really busy weekend. Not a bad weekend, just a busy weekend. Bad does not always equal busy, and busy doesn't always equal bad. But I did not have a lot of time to plan for things this week. So I also realized that I have bread expiring kind of soon. Bread goes bad quicker than I like it to go. So, yeah. Cheese doesn't go bad right away, but I still wanted to finish off the ingredients. So next week, depending on things, I might do fish. I might do, I don't know, we'll see. But, yeah, so grilled cheese again this week. Not the worst thing in the world, by the way. Yeah. I also, funny story behind this Gatorade. It is still the same flavor, Glacier Freeze, because that's the best kind. Where was it? I actually ran out of Gatorade yesterday, and I did not have time to go get more from the store. So on the way to, I had 2 concerts yesterday, and on the way to the first concert, I stopped in the gas station, got got gas for my car. And then I got a king-size Snicker bar, one of the 2-in-1 pack. And then I grabbed a Gatorade and a water. And then I drove off into the sunset to play 2 different concerts. Turns out I still had a Gatorade in my backpack that I brought. But I got home and I didn't have another Gatorade. And I jokingly was like, I can't cook and I can't do this show because I don't have a Gatorade, and that's not good. So I did get some Gatorade, and then, excuse me, it is on the side. This one is, the one I'm drinking from is cooler today, so I'm going with the different size/bottle shape. Excuse me again. Because y'all know we can't do an episode without me drinking Gatorade. That's kind of a thing. I do also hope that if you're watching, whoever's watching, if you aren't watching, that's completely fine because it is a nice day out today, and I hope you are enjoying the sunny day, and then later you go back and watch this video because, I mean, it's Michigan and the sun. Well, I looked outside today and I could not find a cloud in the sky, and it was warm, because there have been days where that does not happen. And I think it's, I forget the exact number, but the state of Michigan does not have work. Oh, no, I was going forward. Okay. It's not burned. Barely cooked, honestly. The state of Michigan, weather-wise, has a majority of partly cloudy or cloudy days every year. Excuse me. I forget the exact number, but, and I learned this way back ago, the state of Michigan has over 108, I think it's like closer to 196 maybe? So basically like 200 days of 365, 200 days of Michigan is either partly or mostly cloudy. So get out and enjoy the sun as much as you can. And that's coming from a very fair-skinned ginger who may or may not have to put on 100 sunscreen lotion whenever he goes outside for more than half an hour, because I burn very easily. And burning your skin is not fun in any capacity. By the way, please forget to like and subscribe this video, whether you're watching it live on Facebook or you're watching it after the fact on YouTube. I do not do this for the clout, subscriptions, likes, views, anything else. I do this to remind people that life is not a human highlight reel, and that it's okay to make mistakes and to learn from those mistakes and to do something that you are not good at. And practice makes better, and just continue to learn it, or learn from it. So please forget to like and subscribe. I will say it is funny because I get to see the analytics of my YouTube that I jump between 78 to 80 subscribers on a given day. I don't get notifications when someone subscribes or doesn't subscribe or unsubscribes, but I see the total and it says it'll jump between 78 and today I had 80. It used to jump from 77 to 79, and now it's jumping between 78 to 80. I do find that entertaining, and if you are subscribed to my channel, thanks. Appreciate that. Flip it. Yeah, still not, still gonna like, I like to click on that. Other funny thing, so it can show me my most viewed videos, not pictures, not photos, videos, and then there are some obviously from way back when. Ooh, voice crack. Way back when, but the most recent largely viewed, video of mine was, it's like 150 views, and it's the Michigan band playing Blues Brothers at the spring game. And two reasons why this is awesome and funny. Number one, Blues Brothers is awesome. Number two, all the other videos from that day have like 60 to 80, and then Blues Brothers has like 150. So I find that funny. We're gonna flip that in just a minute. So yesterday, the entire weekend in general was band. I had a great rehearsal on Saturday afternoon. It started in the afternoon. I got there in the morning with the Siena Heights University and Community band. Siena Heights University students, directors, and the community of Michigan came together to put on one last concert for Siena Heights University. The entire college is closing down after 105 years. I mentioned this last week, but our performance was yesterday, and it was incredible. Not just because I got to play music again, but the atmosphere, the concert setting, the directors, the people I got to play with, the fact that I got to play for a college that will no longer exist, was absolutely incredible. And flip. We're getting there. As I told a few people, so the band director, phenomenal human being, comes up to me and says, I need you to do a roll-off for our fight song, and the fight song's going to be the last piece of music we play in the concert. I'm like, I can do that. I am a purist marching band person. I will never say no to playing marching music or that style of music ever. Like, put me in, coach, absolutely. We're getting there. And the song right before this was the alma mater for Siena Heights. And I looked out at the crowd and I saw, like, it was a nice mix of community who came to the performance. And my vocal cords are not good for singing. My vocal cords are meant for other things besides singing. Unless it's certain things completely out of tune just for kicks and giggles. So I glance out into the auditorium and I am seeing people crying, tearing up, wiping their eyes, and it hits me that, like, this is truly the last time this will happen ever. And the next thought was, imagine if this was the last time the Yellow and Blue and the Victors were being played. And I was like, I could not emotionally handle that if for some reason U of M was going to be shut down and I was playing in their last concert. I was playing in our last concert. And it was my job to play a roll-off and tap-off the last time of the Victors. like, I would not be able to get through the Yellow and Blue or the Victors if that was for me. So, took a moment, and then I immediately went to find where, the band director was, and I just stared intensely, like, okay, wait for the cue, wait for the cue, wait for the cue, and that was all I could do, because otherwise it's like, think about how these people must be feeling, and obviously when you're performing, I want to, be in a zone and not be like, this is the last time this music will ever be played. On the trip home, it was 45 minutes. I took a wrong turn. It was dark. Google was... I missed the turn from Google, so they sent me down a different road. But I did tear up on the way home because after their graduation, which is soon, that university, after 105 years, is gone. It is shut down, and it was a very bittersweet privilege and honor to get to play with them. So, if anyone from Siena Heights University stumbles upon this video, thank you. It was an honor and a privilege to be able to play with all of you. And I hope everyone's happy and good Monday. Let's super bring this vibe down, right? Let's see what else. I will say it was funny getting there on Sunday because I played with the New Horizons Celine band right before, and I was told we were going to play an hour of music, and then, so I don't have good pitch. So timpani is out of the question. And then I was given, like, hey, cool, it's reached temperature. And I was given timpani to play for this band, for New Horizons Celine. And I was like, I'll do it as long as I can use my phone. And so I could use my phone for tuning apps. And about halfway through the concert, I look at the time on my phone and I go, oh. The concert I was told was supposed to go 3 to 4, and then I would leave at 4 and get to Siena Heights in time. Concert ended up being about 90 minutes, and I checked, I'm like, I'm going to leave really subtly out the back. And I stayed for the entire concert. I played the last note, or I may have oopsied the last note on cymbals. I crashed and muffled at the same time, so it didn't come out sounding great. Neither here nor there. And then as the applause was going, I'm like, okay, wait for it, be respectful, be polite, and let's go. So that was I did not break any traffic laws. I got to the second performance 15 minutes after call was supposed to be. So not bad. It was going to be about a 45-minute drive. And I didn't break any laws. So I got there at about the correct time, which I was pretty happy with. There was is it raining? Question mark? No, it was very windy. I will say it was kind of funny. Oh, hold on one second. As I leave a grilled cheese on the stove, I should probably, close this. Hi. Oh, that is howdy. Okay. There are 3 squirrels. Let me get back in front of the camera. There are 3 squirrels currently on the fence out in the back, just chilling. It honestly got very super dark with gray skies, and the wind is picking up, so we'll see. But yeah, it was a fun weekend, an enjoyable weekend, a bittersweet weekend, but at the same time, thanks to everyone I got to play with this weekend. It was phenomenal, and I had a fantastic time. The story I was gonna say was when I got to Siena Heights, I may have taken a wrong turn on campus, totally did, and I arrived a little bit later than I wanted to. And when I walked in, I was still very much like, okay, adrenaline pumping. We got here on time. Okay, good. And I hadn't gone into the moment yet, so they had me tap off When the Saints Go Marching In, and that's one of their school songs, and they wanted it to be much more quote New Orleans, Louisiana street band style. And I came in, my heart's pounding, and I'm like, okay, I got here on time, excellent. And I took a much more marching band style, and I was like, There was a very big, it is raining, I think, officially. There was a very giant jump in tempo between what I tapped off and what, Oh, it is raining sideways. Nice. There's a very big tempo difference between what I tapped off and what they wanted me to tap off. So, slowed down in time for the concert, obviously, and got to play that as well. So, again, huge honor, huge privilege, everything bittersweet, but I'm hoping the people that went to the concert had fun. Both concerts had fun. For New Horizons, it was funny. Of every time we finished playing a song, someone would go, nice, or say something. I don't know how to say it, but they would say something between the ending downbeat and when applause started. I'm like, okay, sure. So it was a fun, musical, emotional weekend. Why are you... Okay, not gonna ask. One of these sides is more burnt than the other side, and that's not a big deal, I know, but just some... Okay, so we're gonna turn that down. I mean, we might call this sooner than later. Let me get a larger plate out. And I might have to move you guys because... Excuse me. I think... Oh, there's some Thunder, excellent. Do I? Oh, I might have them in the dishwasher. And I don't know. Well, let's take a look. What do you say? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna need a pair of tongs. Hold on, let me move y'all super quick. I thought I was prepared today, but then again, I'm not always prepared. And again, that's okay. Let me move you back. Okay, that sizzling is the cheese melting. So that's about the calling card for... We're done. Oh, don't do that now. Come on. Oh, work. Here we go. Okay, flip. Again. Oh, that's Again, that's not burnt, but I need to stop overdoing things, so I will. All right, let us turn this off, turn that off. Now, oh, that's hot. Surprise, if you stand in front of something that's hot, you will get an updraft of hotness. Okay, so one piece Texas toast, little burned, that's okay. Second piece, Texas toast, little burned again, probably, but that's okay. Yep, cool, okay. And a little bit of cheese on that, extra cheese, I should say. They don't flip over. Whew. Okay, we're gonna leave this open so it can air vent, and then put it that way to, and here. All right, that's off, that's the side. All right, I do need some paper towel because this is going to, because cheese does melt. So, thank you for joining me on this episode of My Cooking Adventures, and I will see you next time.